Hello student, good morning. In my last video we have discussed the theory of continuity and different results of continuity. Today we are going to start exercise 5.1. Okay, so your first question is you have to prove that the function f of x given by fx equal to 5x minus 3 is continuous at the point x equal to 0, at x equal to minus 1 and at x equal to 5. So you see what is the condition, hope you remember, of checking the continuity. Continuity at a point, these are different points. At different points you have to check the continuity of this function. And the process of checking the continuity is what? First you have to check that the limit exists. Second point, you have to check it that function value exists. And thirdly, we have to check whether the limit value and the function values are equal or not. If all the three conditions satisfied, then we call the function is continuous. So let us do it one by one. So your first point is at the point x equal to 0. This is your function. So when I take at the point x equal to 0, that means limit we have to take x tends to 0. So limit x tends to 0, f of x. Now, here to check the limit exists or not, first you have to check whether we have to do left hand limit and right hand limit separately or just one is sufficient. So in this case you see the function fx is defined by 5x minus 3 for all real number. That means whether you take x tends to 0 plus 0 or x tends to 0 minus 0 fx, in both the cases, that means for slightly greater than 0 and for slightly less than 0 and equal to 0, in all the cases the function is defined only by one way. So it is sufficient to do here only limit x tends to 0. No need to separately do left hand limit and right hand limit. So I have find out here limit x tends to 0 fx. Now put the value of fx, limit x tends to 0. For all values of x, fx is defined by 5x minus 3. So put the 5x minus 3. This is a polynomial function, so we can substitute directly the value of the limit. So in the place of x, let us substitute 0. It will give you 5 into 0 minus 3. So the calculated value is minus 3. So that means limit exists, we have got it because on directly we have calculated limit x tends to 0 fx. So first condition is satisfied. Now let us find out f of 0. What is f of 0? F of 0 we can obtain replacing x by 0. Directly at the point x equal to 0. So f of 0 will be what? 5 into 0 minus 3. So this is written here. That is calculated value is again minus 3. So we have seen here that limit x tends to 0 fx equal to f0. That means limit value and the function values are equal. So your conclusion is what? F is continuous at the point x equal to 0. Similarly, we are going to do the remaining two. Next is you have to check the continuity at the point x tends to, at the point x equal to minus 3. That means limit x tends to minus 3 in this case, right? So for minus 3 also, the function is defined only by one way. So directly we can find out limit x tends to minus 3. No need to separate left hand and right hand limit. Okay, so here I have done limit x tends to minus 3 fx. Limit x tends to minus 3, put the value of fx. What is fx? Fx is 5x minus 3. Remember it. Okay, so substituting x equal to minus 3, what we have got? 5 into minus 3 minus constant minus 3 remains as it is. So minus 15 minus 3 will give you minus 18. Then we are going to find out f of minus 3. So what is f of minus 3? 5 into minus 3 minus again 3 minus 3. So this is f of minus 3. Calculated value is again minus 18. So we have seen that limit x tends to minus 3 fx and the value of the function f of minus 3 both are equal. It means the function is continuous at the point x equal to minus 3. Only one point it is asked to find out, right? So we have calculated that particular points. Now we have to check the continuity at the point x equal to 5. So now we have to write down limit x tends to 5. Limit always tends to that particular point. Remember that. Again, function is defined only by one way, so no need to separate left hand and the right hand limit. So let us substitute fx value. What is fx? 5x minus 3. Now it is again polynomial, so we know that polynomial we can substitute directly. 5 into 5 minus 3. So 25 minus 3 is 22. Then we have to get f of 5. What is f of 5? 5 into 5 minus 3, that is equal to 22. So we have seen limit x tends to 5, fx value and f of 5 value are same. Conclusion is what? f is continuous at the point x equal to 5. So here the question solution is completed. Now let us go to question number 2. Your question number 2 is examine the continuity of the function fx is equal to 2x square minus 1 at the point x equal to 3. Only at one point you have to check the continuity. What is that? At the point x equal to 3. So we have to take limit x tends to 3. Before doing limit x tends to 3 directly, first check whether you have to do left hand limit and right hand limit separately or not. This is the similar case as the previous one. The function is defined only by one way for all real number. So here no need to separately do left hand and the right hand limit separately. So limit x tends to 3 fx. Limit x tends to 3. 3 is the point. What is fx? 2x square minus 1. So 2 into x square means what? 3 square minus 1. 3 is a 9, 9 2 jar 18 minus 1 is 17. So calculated value we have got 17. Then let us get f of 3 value. What is f of 3? Directly put the value. Don't write down fx once and then after that don't to change all these things. So f of 3 will be equal to 2 into 3 square minus 1. Okay, so calculated value 18 minus 1 which is equal to 17. So we have seen limit x tends to 3 fx value and f of 3, both the values are equal. That means the function is continuous at the point x equal to 3. Hope you understand the procedure at the point. Okay, let us do the next question. Your next question is examine the continuity of the function following examine the following functions for continuity. First question, fx equal to x minus 5. Secondly, fx equal to 1 by x minus 5. Thirdly, fx equal to x square minus 25 by x plus 1. And then fx equal to modulus of x minus 5. So here we have to do 4 different questions. Now you see, this is not a question of continuity at a point, because at what point the continuity check, it is not mentioned here. Just it is asked, examine the continuity of the function. That means we have to check the continuity on its particular domain. Okay, so first you consider your function and find out their corresponding domain. So our first function fx equal to x minus 5. This is a polynomial function and you have got in detail in class 11 what is the domain of a polynomial function. It is always the set of real number. So domain of f is real number. And real number means this is the real number line minus infinity to infinity. So it's an interval. That means this is a question of continuity on an interval. This is the open interval. So for open interval, you have to take a point within that interval and check the continuity any point within the interval and check the continuity at that particular point. So I have considered a point C within the interval minus infinity infinity, or C belongs to R, same thing. Belongs to minus infinity infinity open interval, or C belongs to R is same. Now let us check the continuity at the point x equal to C. Here you see, don't have to do separately because for all the values of real number, fx is defined by x minus 5 only. Okay, so let us find out limit x tends to C fx. Limit x tends to C, fx value is x minus 5. Here you can put a bracket, or without bracket also it is sufficient because it's a constant. So directly substitute the value of x equal to C. Here we will have C minus 5. And what is f? C minus 5. So limit x tends to C, fx value and f of C value are equal. So we can give the conclusion that f is continuous at the point x equal to C. Now you see, C is a point within the interval, any point. C may be here, here, any dotted point. That means infinity, for any one of the value, it is continuous. That means this can take any value. Any value means it is continuous for all value. So since C is any real number, or you may write down arbitrary real number, therefore f is continuous for all. This is a symbol of for all R. Okay, instead of giving the symbol V, you write down like this and they cut it. Instead of this is a symbol of for all, you can write down for all word also. Okay. Now let us go to question number B. Your question is fx equal to 1 by x minus 5. And you see, this is a rational function. So what is the domain of the function? That means for what value of x, the function fx is defined, that you have to get. Is not it? So you see, rational function, that means, or this function is defined for denominator not equal to 0. And what is your denominator? Here I have done the calculation. F is defined for the denominator is x minus 5. X minus 5 is not equal to 0. It means x is not equal to 5. So from that set of the real number, you have to subtract 5. That means those points for which denominator equal to 0, and that will be your domain. So I have seen here the domain of the function is r minus within curly bracket 5. So this is again an open interval. So since this is an open interval, you have to take any arbitrary point in this interval in the domain. So we have taken C as a point within the domain, that is r minus within curly bracket 5. That means C is not 5 now. Other than 5, any real number it can have. So here also the function is defined only by one way for all real number other than 5. That's why limit x tends to C you have to do once. No need to do separately left and the right hand limit. So here I have done here limit x tends to C fx. What is fx? Substitute limit x tends to C 1 by x minus 5. And in the place of x you put C, so it will be 1 by C minus 5. You see why you can substitute C? Because C is not equal to 5. It is 5 is excluded from the set of real numbers. So if you substitute C, it will not give you 0. That's why we can substitute. And what is f of C? Let us find out. It will be C minus 5 again. So we have seen that limit x tends to C fx value and f of C value are equal. That means f is continuous at the point x equal to C. Okay, this is equal to C. So since again as earlier, since C is any real number other than 5 and it is continuous at that point, so f is continuous function for all real number. If it is continuous at any for any C, it means it is continuous for all C. That you try to remember. And this is a very important line to give this conclusion. Okay, it is not sufficient to write up to this, because up to this it is a continuity at a point. We have checked the continuity at the point C. And since C is any real number, that's why this is true. Okay, so last two lines are very important line. Now let us go to the next question, number C. And your question is, just a minute. Okay, so your question is what? Fx equal to x square minus 25 by x plus 5. Again, this is also a rational function. So first you have to find out its domain. Domain is defined for denominator not equal to 0. That's why here I have calculated denominator not equal to 0 means x is not equal to minus 5. So from the set of real number, we have to subtract minus 5. That is the domain. Domain of f is equal to r minus within curly bracket minus 5. So now we have to take, as earlier, you have to take a point C within this interval. C belongs to domain. Be any arbitrary point. Take the here also you understand, hope you understand that here also no need to do separately do left hand and the right hand limit. Directly we can do limit x tends to C. Limit x tends to C, I have substituted the function value, then I can put directly the C, because C is not equal to minus 5, because if it is minus 5 then only it is not possible to substitute. Since not equal to 5, so I can substitute and do the calculation now. It is equal to what? This can be done C a square minus b square formula, c square minus 5 square, so c plus 5 into c minus 5. Now we can cancel out this 5, c plus 5 and c plus 5. You see, this is possible to cancel out only because c is not equal to minus 5. Otherwise it is not possible to cancel, because if it is 0, 0 by 0 is undefined. That's why it is possible. So it is very important to write down r minus within curly bracket 5. Let us find out fc. fc is equal to what? C square minus 25 by c plus 5. So doing the same way calculation, we have got c minus 5. So here you see limit value and the function values are equal. That means f is continuous at the point x equal to c. Now you see, c is any real number other than minus 5, and since it is continuous for that particular c, we can give the conclusion that f is continuous in its domain. Okay. Now let us go to the fourth one, that is D number question, which is modulus function. Now you see modulus of f is equal to fx equal to modulus of x minus 5. Now you see this is not a polynomial or not a rational function. It's a special type of function. And what is the definition of modulus function? You know, modulus function is defined positive when it is greater than equal to, this value is greater than equal to 0, and it is negative when this value is less than 0. So here you have to write it in expanded form. The function value remains as it is when this is greater than equal to 0. That is x minus 5 remains as x, because your modulus definition is what? Modulus of x equal to x when x greater than equal to 0. So this is equal to x minus 5 when x minus 5 is greater than equal to 0. And this is equal to minus of x minus 5 for x minus 5 less than 0. Okay, so here doing the calculation, because I need the x greater than equal to what or x less than equal to what? Not x minus 5. So let us find out what is the x value. So it is remains as x minus 5 for x greater than equal to 5. If I bring it to the just both sides, I have just added 5 inequality. So it greater than equal to 5. And this one minus x plus 5. So I have written it as 5 minus x for x less than 5. Now let us find out what is the domain. The function is defined by x minus 5 when x is greater than or equal to 5. And it is defined by x less than 5, it is defined by 5 minus x. So here you say 5 is the critical point, and for x greater than or equal to 5, this is defined by this way, and less. That means whole real number line. Domain of the function is the set of whole real number line. Now we said the whole real number line is now divided into 3 parts. So we have to do 3 different cases. One for x less than 5, other for x greater than 5, and at the point x equal to 5. Okay, so as I told you earlier, that is for greater than and less than, you write down your function and give the statement. No need to do the calculation, showing the calculation by taking C as a point. But at the point, at a particular point, you have to show the calculation by just by showing all the 3 conditions. You have to show, but otherwise I will just give the statement. So for x greater than 5, you see here, greater than 5 fx is defined by x minus 5. So you can write down your function x greater than 5, fx equal to x minus 5. And what is this function? This is a polynomial function. So which is a polynomial function? If this is function, in short I have written, polynomial function is continuous for all real number. So it is continuous for all x greater than 5. Now same way I'll consider the second case for x less than 5. What is the function value for x less than 5? Always write down your function for greater than and less than. That means for inequality. So less than 5, fx is defined by 5 minus x. Okay, this is x minus 5, this is 5 minus x. But both of them are polynomial function. So I can write down, being a polynomial function, f is continuous for all x less than 5. Or like this also we can write down. So give the statement why it is continuous. But at the point x equal to 5, that calculation you have to always show. So next case is rest what? X equal to 5. So now you see you have to take limit x continuity at a point. So you have to take now limit x tends to 5. But here you see limit x tends to 5, if I do, it means 5 approaches to 5. From right or from left, it is not known to you. So here the function you see 5 is a critical point. For greater than 5 it is different, and for less than 5 it is different. So in this case, hope you understand that here we have to do left and the right hand derivative limit separately. So I have done here limit x tends to 5 plus 0 because 5 plus 0 and limit x tends to 5 minus 0 fx in both the cases. Because you say simply if I write down x tends to 5, here which function value you will substitute is difficult for you to check. Can you substitute? No. Because for 5 greater than or equal to 5 tends to 5 means maybe greater, maybe less. It's not known to you. So you have to make it specific. That's why I have done here 5 plus 0 and 5 minus 0 fx. For 5 plus 0 means it is slightly greater than 5. So greater than 5 function is defined by x minus 5. So I have substituted x minus 5. Polynomial function, substitute the value of x. This is equal to 5 minus 5, which is 0. And for x less than tends to minus x minus 5. Sorry, x tends to 5 minus 0. It is defined by 5 minus x. So substitute 5 minus x, putting the value 5 minus 5, 0. So we have seen the left hand limit and the right and the left hand limit are equal. What does it conclude? That it gives the conclusion that since the left hand limit and the right hand limit are equal, therefore limit x tends to 5 fx exists. So we have to go for f5 now. For f5 equal to 5, what is the way of the function defined? Equal to 5x minus 5. So here you substitute 5 minus 5 equal to 0. So we have seen limit x tends to 5 value and f5 value are equal. Therefore f is continuous at the point x equal to 5. And hence our result is what? For greater than 5 it is continuous. For less than 5 it is continuous, and for equal to 5 also continuous. Hence f is a continuous function. Hope you understand the procedure. Okay, now go to the next question, number 4. For number 4, your question is prove that the function fx equal to x to the power n is continuous at x equal to n, where n is a positive integer. At the point x equal to n, you have to check the continuity. This is the function. So limit you have to take to the point n. Now, hope you understand that here, is it required to separate left hand and right hand limit or not? Obviously not, because the function is defined only by one way. Okay, in case of special type of function, suppose for example, modulus function, signum function, step function, in these cases you have to do or in detail you write down the function and then decide whether left hand or right hand derivative limit separately we have to do or not. But here it is not required. So what I have done, limit x tends to n fx, that is limit x tends to n x to the power n. So in the place of x we have to put n, so it will n to the power n. Then we have to get f of n. What is f of n? N to the power n. Limit value and the function value are equal. Conclusion is what? Fx is continuous at the point x equal to n. Okay, now we proceed to next question number 5. You see here, it will be more clear when you do the solution, that it will be clear to you. Most probably it will be clear to you that where we have to do separately the limit, where it is not required to do. Is the function f continuous defined by fx equal to x for x less than equal to 1? And this is defined by 5 for x greater than 1. At the point x equal to 0, at the point x equal to 1, and at the point x equal to 2. First we are proceeding to x equal to 1. Tends to 1, that means limit x tends to 0, limit x tends to 0 we have to take. 0, you see, these are the points 0, 1 and 2. 0 plus 0, that is, it is slightly more than 0, and 0 minus 0 is slightly less than 0. So in this both the cases, it is a function, or the value will be less than 1, right? In both the cases. So here it is sufficient to write down directly, simply limit x tends to 0. No need to separate left and the right, because for both the value the function is defined only by 5. So limit x tends to 0 I have calculated. Only by x. So limit x tends to 0 we have calculated. Limit x tends to 0. Fx value is what? Less than 1, that is x. And x substituted, we got 0. And what is f0? F0 again for 0 also, for equal to 0 also. Equal to 0 is also less than 0. So f0 is calculated, that is also 0, fx. Right? So limit value is equal to function value. Hence the function is continuous at the point x equal to 0. Now I have to here you see, you have to do limit x tends to 1 plus 0 fx and limit x tends to 1 minus 0 fx, that is left hand limit and the right hand limit separately, because the function, the value of the function for x greater than 1 and x less than 1 is different. Okay, so let us go to the next question. That is what? This question, limit x tends to, just a minute, limit x tends to 1 plus 0 fx. And for 1 plus 0 fx, what is the value of the function? Greater than 5. It is equal to what? 5. So I have substituted fx equal to 5. X tends to 1, 5. So the value is equal to 5. Then limit x tends to 1 minus 0 fx, that is less than 0. For less than 0, fx is defined by x. So fx, in the place of fx, I have substituted x. And that value is equal to 1. Now you see, limit x tends to 1 plus 0 fx and limit x tends to 1 minus 0 fx. Both the values are not equal. Hence, limit does not exist. And if it does not exist, no need to proceed the next case. That is, the function is not continuous at the point x equal to 1. Now we have to go for the function at the point x equal to 2. Okay, so for x equal to 2, again you see the function. If your function is this one, this is your 2, for 2 plus 0 and 2 minus 0. If you check here, suppose 2 plus 0 is a point which is on the right of 2 and 2 minus 0 is slightly left of 2, but both of them are greater than 1. That means the function is defined only by one way. For greater than 2, that is 2 plus 0, and for 2 minus 0. So it is sufficient to do the limit value just by taking limit x tends to 2. Okay, that's why I have written here limit x tends to 2 fx, and for limit x tends to 2 fx, that means for 2, the point 2 is more than 1. So the function is defined by 5. So this is equal to what? 5. And that value is equal to 5 itself, because it is constant, no need to substitute. Suppose you have done 2 plus 0 fx and 2 minus 0 fx separately. In both the cases, you see this is also 5, this is also 5. So same value will get. Suppose you have done this way, then also it will be correct. But here, no need to do these things, only one is also sufficient. Then let us find out f of 2. What is f of 2? It's again for 2 also it is more than, for x equal to 2 also it is more than 1. That's why the function is defined by 5. That means we have seen that limit value is equal to function value. Hence the function is continuous at the point x equal to 2. Today I stop here. Okay, so you just listen the video properly and then write down your calculations. Thank you.